Columbia, South Carolina, as we welcome you courtside. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. So happy to be with you this Sunday afternoon on ABC. 15th meeting all time between these two schools. South Carolina has won 5 of the last 6. It's always fun when UConn plays South Carolina.
This has certainly become one of the best rivalries in women's college basketball, a game that everyone around the women's basketball community looks forward to watching every year.
All right, so for Connecticut, what is on the line today, Rebecca?
Well, we saw the reveal a little bit earlier today, and I don't think it's about that for UConn and if they're seeding or any of that. For them, it's about the belief that you can beat a top team and do it on the road.
Connecticut and South Carolina taking a look at our starting lineups for the visiting Connecticut Huskies. Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd, Caitlin Chen, Sarah Strong, and Jana El Alfi. For South Carolina, Tahina Paopao, Raven Johnson, Bree Hall, Chloe Kidd, and Sanaya Fagan rounds out the starting lineup for South Carolina. Dawn Staley telling us before the game it's really Fagan who has become that linchpin for the group on the floor. When she leaves, everything else gets more difficult for them. She's become the backline communicator they need. 71 straight home wins for South Carolina. And now we're ready for tip of our Sonic blockbuster matchup. Chloe Kidd and the freshman Sarah Strong jumping up. Connecticut wins the tip, and here we go.
Matchup to keep your eye on. Bree Hall on Paige Beckers. Bree Hall, a good long defender. Had that assignment a year ago as well.
Here's Chen trying to work her way through the paint. El Alfi travels, and Connecticut turns it over. Not something they do often. They are first in the nation in assist to turnover ratio. They turn it over just 10.8 times per game, 5th fewest in Division I. Pino Auriemma's team has dropped the last 4 to South Carolina. He told us today he felt a little better than he has over the last few years because of them having a few more depth pieces, as Johnson can't hit the 3 and Strong the rebound.
That play was initiated with an on-ball screen for Tahina Paopao. The way she is shooting the basketball, you have to fight over and send attention to her.
Beckers gets free, can't dump it in. Rebound Kitts, able to rake it away from Beckers. Here's Paopao, who led the nation in three-point shooting a season ago. This year going inside more, can't finish there as El Alfi came over with the help. Beckers in transition, pull-up 3, it is good, and Paige Beckers is on the board in Columbia.
And Coach Gino Auriemma has to like the aggressive mentality that Paige Beckers has come out with here early, taking their last 2 shots.
As El Alfi came over with the help. Beckers in transition, pull-up 3, it is good, and Paige Beckers is on the board.
In South Carolina, Paige Beckers playing confidently, stepping into that 3, and Tahina Paopao looking at the D and then draining the 3.
Wants that level of aggression from Paige Beckers as well as AZ Fudd. Chloe Kidd in the mid-range, feathery touch.
Paopao is so good from 3, you have to fight over, but you also have to get that step from Sarah Strong, and when she retreats, Kidd has plenty of time to hit the mid-range jumper right here. Yeah, she got hit right in the eye, in the face. Sanaya Fagan got hit in the eye.
Alfi bounces underneath, and Strong lays it in.
Especially on the defensive end, because she is such a good communicator and helps everyone know where they're supposed to be.
Here's the freshman Edwards floating it in. El Alfi, oh, nice handle and the finish. Okay, 6-5.
Connecticut's gone a lot with a small lineup recently, and the more they can get from El Alfi, and what a crossover that time. It is
able to come back as AZ Fudd can't hit the jumper. You know, Auriemma talked about the importance of her hitting ones early. Paopao connects. 9-7 Connecticut midway through the first. For Wiley, being harassed by Arnold. For Wiley, shovels underneath, and Kitts can't lay it in, gets it back, and stuffs it home. Here's Edwards. Edwards spins away from traffic, can operate as a point forward, and shows you why.
Connecticut's defense had really stymied South Carolina doing much there, so Edwards just went one-on-one over a bigger defender.
First lead of the quarter for South Carolina. El Alfie gets free. Good minutes early here for El Alfie.
That's who you want to double off of if you're UConn, is Raven Johnson. She's not shot the three well.
Ashlyn Shade rings in a three. And Sarah Strong the rebound. Bud with some space again. Bud putting it on the deck, wrapping it side, and reversing it home. Bud gets it off to Beckers. 5 to shoot. Beckers into the corner. Arnold on the attack, blurs in with the layup. 9-0 in the last 3 minutes in favor of the Huskies. Pow connects. Rebecca, you talked about it earlier. When South Carolina needs a big bucket, Rebecca, you talked about it earlier. When South Carolina needs a big bucket, Pow delivers.
She is massive, in particular in this game, because of the calming presence she brings.
Shade, you bet. Both aggressive. Here's Strong. Strong on the interior, flips it in. Gina Auriemma said wanted more touches for the freshman. Pops it out. Beckers on the move. Ashlyn Shade lines it up again. Finish it, and Strong the rebound. Connecticut's done a nice job securing the defensive glass. Bud connects. Connecticut piping hot from 3, lead.
And this has to be the recipe for success on the road against a paint-dominant team. UConn take it out of the basket, go back and set.
Yeah, South Carolina now has missed 8 of their last 9, as Strong able to save it, and Becker's able to finish it. Take on Baylor in Waco. Connecticut a 17-point lead. Edwards spins in and lays it home, plus the foul. Big bucket there.
Need to make something out of nothing. Look at the extra hands. KK Arnold there. Couple dribbles in and the spin.
Paul puts it down to the crowd, squeezes it out. Johnson dumps it in, and Fagan lays it home.
Touches in the paint. Help comes from AZ Fudge. She's able to get it to the corner, and then Johnson with the pass inside. The easiest look South Carolina has gotten.
Will drive it this time. The pull-up won't go. AZ Fudd, a lot of good looks. Here's for Wiley in transition. Lays it in.
In the game with a couple of fouls. She's electric. You need to continue to keep this crowd involved. Just explodes out. Very few players are going to be able to catch mileage of full Wiley when she's going full speed in transition. Really good fronting defense by Joyce Edwards, not allowing Sarah Strong to get it in the pinch post.
Strong in the corner, connects on a contested 3.
That's why you play defense with high hands. Got the little tip on that for El Alfie.
Strong dumps it down, El Alfie lays it in. Beckers dishes out, Chen will fire, and hit from 3.
You don't quite have the same mismatches. South Carolina doesn't when UConn has their bigger lineup on the floor in terms of going inside in the paint.
Paul stops on a dime and flips it in, plus the foul.
Shade on her, a smaller defender, comes inside. Ooh, not a whole lot of contact there. Great finish, though.
You usually do not see them a -9 on the glass.
Yes.
Johnson lost the handle. Arnold comes up with it. Nice dish to Chen, 2-on-1. Bud back to Chen for the lay.
Talked about Ashlyn Shade, but how about KK Arnold? She is full of energy and spunk, saves the ball, advances, and then AZ Fudd doing a good job.
Pow gets it up to Raven Johnson, and it's taken away by Strong. Strong with Fudd, throws it at her feet, gets it back, and lays it in.
Sarah Strong, this is a 6'2" post player, quick hands. She's able to get the steal and then passes to herself off of AZ Fudd's leg, finishing. You heard the studio crew talk about it at the half, the importance of Connecticut's defense taking away the paint.
And AZ Fudd has looked good, hasn't shot it well in this game.
But that's something that they can continue to go to.
And that's what you talked about at the beginning of the game as well, when South Carolina got some of their better looks. Fagan. And hit the jumper, hits the O-board, hits the putback. South Carolina, because of how dangerous they are in transition. Connecticut an 11-0 edge and points off turnovers as South Carolina gives it right back. Beckers down the floor. Chen through the lane, flips it in. Rebound Beckers. Here's Beckers. Swiftly up the floor. Fudd at three is good.
About Paige Beckers advancing the basketball, finding her three-point shooters. AZ Fudd, defender goes behind, the handoff, and then AZ Fudd fake and go right by. Just been a clinic offensively right now for Connecticut.
Let's check in with Holly Rowe. Chen comes in. Kidd still comes away with it. Kidd turns the corner, can't bank it in. Fagan able to finish through the contact. 3 losses against those ranked teams. Chen lobbing it in. Strong the seal and the finish.
Much like the matchup a year ago, UConn also being very intentional, pushing pace. Oftentimes they switch sides of the floor, a little bit more methodical offensively.
Bree Hall's pull-up is good.
She's been really good getting to her mid-range spots, Ryan. Oftentimes they switch sides of the floor, a little bit more methodical offensively.
Bree Hall's pull-up is good.
She's been really good getting to her mid-range spots, Ryan.
Here's Fudd. Fakes the three on the drive, lays it in.
Ball girl for a day. She got to meet her hero and idol, Asia Wilson. She's just 12 years old in that photo, so she is right at home here in Colonial Life.
I mean, so cool, Holly, as Wiley comes through.
Young athlete going in. My, Asia. Wow.
AZ Fudd makes the catch, crosses the timeline. Out to Beckers, back to Fudd, wide open, you bet! AZ Fudd having a big third quarter.
And once again here, just coming down, and it's an assist from Paige Beckers. Joyce Edwards caught between 2 great shooters, toggles back and forth. AZ drains it, and now extending their pressure after the free throw.
Bree Hall buries the 3.
That's a good start. That's a good start for South Carolina. They're going to have to make some from deep,
Begging to have something to get them fired up. Here's Pow Pow. Dumping it in, Edwards lays it home. There's that pick and roll with Pow Pow and Edwards. Asia's number 22 going up into the rafters a couple weeks ago as Shade leaves that one short. Griffin the rebound, Fudd in the corner, connects!
For AZ Fudd, confidently draining the 3. Tickle the rim. Back, so it's in limited minutes.
Wiley comes up with a steal and lays it in. Beckers to the corner, Fudd. Does she get the roll? She does. Bree Hall can't hit. Here's Fudd out in transition. AZ Fudd lays it in. You're right, Rebecca. Normally it's Strong who went out with her 3rd foul. And South Carolina's largest home loss under Dawn Staley was 31 points versus Stanford. But Connecticut was able to have success with their extremely small lineup. AZ Fudd dances inside and finishes. The shots have not fallen today for South Carolina.
2 great looks in a row. Corner 3 and then that mid-range shot.
Fudd step back 3 is good. Pow Pow evades the pressure and lays it in. Really nice take there from Tahina Pow Pow.
In these last 10 minutes. And how about the head and shoulder fake? Getting it all more
toughness, trying to take that then back into conference play as Wiley shovels it in, plus the foul. So number 4 on Strong, Fudd in and out. Everything has looked spot on for Fudd as she finds Strong, who lays it in. What's at stake? Well, UConn 15 20-point wins against the AP top 5 in the last 25 seasons. South Carolina
would all watch film together on Zoom, even if they were in different places. Her parents have nurtured her, have loved her, but also been very hard on her.
Asking, like, is this too much? Is this okay? Like, very aware.
Yes. Beckers buries the 3 and then says, her 12. Up ahead, Chen alone lays it in. It is a 20-9. It has been all UConn since late in the first. They were down 11-9, went on a 9-0 run, and never looked back. Last time South Carolina lost at home, we got to go back to December 3rd, 2020 against NC State. COVID days with the limited fans in the stands. Dawn Staley was recounting that on game day earlier today with Elchine and Drea. Griffin puts it up. Adele Tack with the rebound. But Wiley will get it across the timeline. And that will do it. A dominant performance from the Connecticut Huskies as they take down South Carolina 87-58 the final. South Carolina's 71-game home winning streak ends today at the hands of the Huskies.